Well, I think we're starting to come to a decision now about what's going to happen for the final stage of July and into the start of August. Although there are still some marks being thrown up by bowlers, but I think we are looking at a warmer, drier spell coming up for the final week of the month, as I've been talking about for a long while now, it seems, actually. There have been hints of this on and off for quite a long while. But the bowlers have been playing around with the idea, but I think they are coming to a conclusion now, as I say, for the final week of the month. Now, before we get on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my web videos at gavswebvids.com. Please play those video ads, because you'll be supporting gavswebvids.com by doing that. So, as we usually do, we're going to start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly charts, and we've got the ECMWF here on the left, with GFS is on the right. Have a look at the GFS in a moment. 500 millibars, 18,000 feet is area in the atmosphere where you get high pressure and low pressure developing, and on these charts those areas of high pressure and low pressure are depicted by these orange colours and by blue colours. With blue colours where we've got the below average heights, below average temperatures at 18,000 feet, that's where we've got low pressure. Above average temperatures at 18,000 feet depicted by the orange colours, and that's where we've got high pressure. Now look at this, we've got the ECMWF here for 8 to 10 days time. So this is taking us to next Wednesday to next Friday, Friday the 27th, that's the opening day of the Olympic Games, of course. And look at this, we've got above average heights over the British Isles. We haven't seen this for a very long time, probably got to go back to March really to find above average heights right over the top of the British Isles, although we did have a short spell at the end of May, you'll remember, where it turned warmer and drier. But anyway, we've got above average heights here across British Isles and stretching into much of Central and Northern Europe as well. We push the jet stream north. The jet stream is still probably just about running over the British Isles actually, but it's quite weak. The lines have opened out, so it's a weak jet stream, and we have pushed it a bit further north and allowed this pressure to build. And we've also set up below average heights over Greenland. That's always a good sign, because when we get to low pressure over Greenland, in the summer anyway, we'll usually get high pressure building underneath it over the British Isles. So yes, this is indication of high pressure building in next week. Now if you have a look at the GFS model, and well, it's very similar, but it's not quite as good, and the difference with this is that we're not ridging the high pressure through the country and over into Central Europe with this. We've got high pressure basically centred to the west and just to the southwest of the country, and this jet stream is a little bit stronger, just ever so slightly stronger, and it's digging a bit further southward, so this isn't quite as good. It's not bad, it's still high pressure really in control of this, but it's a little bit cooler than the ECMWF, and it's also probably bringing some showers at times, particularly into Scotland and Northern England. So as I say, this isn't quite as good, but even so, it's not bad. We have pushed the jet stream a bit further northwards, and whilst we're digging it down across the country, we've still really got high pressure in control. It's just centred more to the west of the country, so it's not quite as warm. Now looking at the GFS ensembles, we can see that well, we're a little bit above average at the moment. We're in a bit of a humid spell. Then we're going to go below average again for the rest of this week, and then we'll kick those temperatures above average from around 22nd, 23rd of July, so that's Sunday into Monday. And then we keep those temperatures, you can see by these lines here, above average. Red is average, remember, the red line is the average for the time of year. We'll keep those temperatures above average for quite some time into next week, but by around the 27th, this is again, remember, the opening day of the Olympic Games, we're starting to dig those temperature lines back below average, and the ensemble mean, which is the white line here, I hope you can make the white line out, that actually goes back towards average, so we can see that there is an indication within the model, within the ensemble I should say, for the temperatures to dip back again as we go towards the end of the month. But precipitation spikes looking quite good. We have got some precipitation later this week and into the weekend in association with this below average temperature period. But once we get those temperatures above average, the spikes do tend to ease off, though they don't completely ease off. We do keep some of these precipitation spikes going right the way through. I think that's really because we keep that high pressure centre, the core of it, to the west of the country, and at times will still be bringing showers down from the northwest if that was to happen. To get a really dry spell, we need the ECM solution, which is for the high pressure to build strongly over the top of the country and start ridging to the east. Now have a look at the temperatures for the next week. So this is Tuesday the 17th, Tuesday the 24th of July. We can see that we're really in these green colours. So this is below average temperatures still. Some yellow colours down in the southeast, so that's warmer weather. But then as we get to the 25th to the 2nd, 25th of July to the 2nd of August, those yellow colours do spread across England and Wales. So the temperatures are picking up in the south, although in the north it's still quite cool. And as I say, the reason for that is that high pressure is centred more to the west, so the winds are more west to north westerly across the country. Temperature anomalies for the next week, Tuesday the 17th, Tuesday the 24th. Well, we're around average to just slightly below average, and generally it's still a very cool scene across the bulk of Europe. You have to go down to Spain and Portugal, and then through the Mediterranean above average temperatures, the bulk of the continent below average in the next week. But temperatures should pick up then in the second week. So have a look at the pressure charts, finally see how this works out. This is the GFS model for Monday the 23rd. A big area of low pressure around Iceland next Monday. It's going to have some gales probably for central and northern Scotland on Monday. We'll be bringing outbreaks of rain across Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England with this, but central southern parts of England and Wales probably mainly dry. That rain, if it gets through, will be very light and patchy, and I would suspect most places should stay dry. Tuesday the 24th, so a week away, and we've got that low pressure again. That's ringing to Scandinavia now, and we've got that high pressure down to the southwest of the country. This is the problem that I was showing you on the ensembles. We're keeping that high pressure just to the west and the southwest of the country, which is keeping the winds more from the west or northwest, so it's not getting that warm, and we're still bringing some showers through at times. For Friday the 27th, so this is 10 days away, the opening day of the Olympic Games, we've got high pressure again to the west and to the southwest of the country. It's a decent enough chart. It's pretty warm, temperatures into the low 20s Celsius at least, so it's quite pleasant. Some sunny spells around at times, perhaps a few showers, but really it's not too bad. It's just not hot and sunny as some people, but not everybody, would like to see. This is the ECMWF model for Monday, and we've got the low pressure again over Iceland, deep area of low pressure, bringing gales into Scotland and heavy rain for Scotland, but it's mainly dry under this ridge in the south going through Tuesday the 24th. The ridge is still there in the south, keeping a lot of dry weather going. Showery for the north, and the wind easing down. And then as we go through to Friday the 27th, this is, remember this looked better on the 500 millibar heights. It is a better chart than the GFS because we're ridging that high pressure up across the country and trying to set it up to the east. So this is dry across just about all areas. We haven't got that north-westerly wind, that west to north-westerly wind either, so this is a warmer, drier signal. But what you do need to keep an eye on with this is two things: the low pressure around Iceland, that could dip southwards actually into the country, totally unsettled. And the other thing you need to notice is this slack low pressure over France. Now if this high pressure is any further northwards, this low from France could start to drift northwards, and certainly for the south and the east it could start to bring in some unsettled weather. So we have to be careful with this pattern that the ECMWF is setting up. On the surface it looks quite a good pattern, but it could all very easily go wrong. Finally, having a look at the Canadian model, the GM, again that deep low pressure on Monday, bringing the gales to Scotland and some heavy rain too. But England and Wales having a lot of dry weather under this ridge of high pressure, and that ridge is still there really going into Tuesday as well. Now the GM then goes off on a bit of a tangent, and it's different to the other two. It starts to bring up low pressure from the south of the country. This would be spreading thunderstorms probably northwards, thundery rain as well. And going into Thursday the 22nd, we're in a proper thundery looking situation here. This is a very wet pattern actually, of heavy rain and thunderstorms just in time for the Olympic Games. This is Friday the 27th, developing from the south, low pressure in control I should say. That will be bringing showers, longer spells of rain, thunderstorms as well for the opening of the Olympics. So I'm sure the Olympics organisers will be hoping that this model has got the pattern wrong. So anyway, I think for next week is unsettled start to the week in the north, with the risk of some gales actually for Scotland. And then, well, at least 2 or 3 days of better weather. Tuesday, Wednesday should be warmer, drier, but it's still not hot, with high pressure isn't still in a position really to generate proper hot summery weather, but certainly warmer and drier. And then as we go to the end of next week, well, question marks, I think probably staying generally dry, but maybe bringing a few showers through. But if this Canadian model's right, if this GM model is correct, then it turns very wet at the end of next week and thundery. So I'll keep an eye on that. I don't think it's going to be right, but if it is, then it's not going to be very good for the opening of the Olympics. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.